I.S.U.P.K.
God, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
For thou art an holy people, a particular people. Holy means separate, set apart. That's what it means. That's all it means. You understand? It ain't no spooky mumbo jumbo. Read.
God, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a...
The Lord thy God has did, what did he do?
Hath chosen thee.
He has chosen thee, a particular people. Read.
To be a special people unto himself.
To be a special people unto himself. Read.
God, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So he chose this people to be the greatest people on the face of the earth. But there is a condition for them to obtain this status. And we're going to get into that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy, listen carefully to this, because this is what the Bible is really about. This is the beginning of what the Bible is really about. You understand? It ain't about God loves everybody, because he doesn't. And we can easily prove that. Read.
God, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. That means it shall happen. It will happen. What? This is the Most High Power speaking. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently.
If thou shalt hearken diligently, what does that mean? Hearken diligently means to listen carefully, to observe, to listen to what the Most High is saying carefully. You understand? To hearken diligently, read.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Thy God, which means your God, a particular people's God. That's a possessive pronoun. What? You understand? Thy God. Read.
God, to observe, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee.
To observe and to do, is it some commandments?
All his commandments.
How many?
All his commandments.
All his commandments. If we observe and do all his commandments, listen.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now it says there, I'm gonna let the brother read it again. Read that last part again.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
That the Lord thy God, the most high power, will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. So now, what does that mean? If you're a man, and if you're set on high over your household, that means you in power, you're in rulership in that house. If you're the boss on the job and you are set up high above all the employees, that means you would rule that job. That's what it means. So when he says that he would set thee on high above all the nations of the earth, that means that you would be in rulership, that you would rule the earth. That's exactly what it means, and that is a promise from the Most High. That's what it's about. You understand? However, let me have 28, and he says this, he offered us rulership on the earth, but there are conditions, because the Most High is no joke, man. He's nothing to play with. He gave us conditions for rulership. So listen to what these conditions was. Give me verse 15.
God, book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
But it will come to pass if you don't listen. Remember, if you would listen and do all his commandments, you would rule the earth. You, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, are the true Jews of the Bible. You understand? And we're going to prove it. You understand? Because everything we say up here, we prove it out of this Bible right here. You understand? We ain't making up, this ain't no fairy tale. This is real life. And with the things that I'm going to read to you today, you're living them right now. At this very moment, you're living them. You understand? Don't let these handkerchief head preachers tell you all this nonsense about God loves everybody. You understand? We ain't going for it. You got that? Verse 15.
Okay, from the beginning. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you won't listen, read.
God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do all, not some, all his commandments.
God, and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So if we don't do them all, watch what's going to happen to you. Read.
God, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses. So remember, he offered you, on the right hand, he offered you rulership. Then he gave you the preconditions. You have to do certain things for him, which are called the law, statutes, and commandments, in order to achieve rulership on the earth. You understand? Because there's only rulership and servitude. That's it. You either ruling or you serving. That's it. Read.
God, verse 16. Curse. God, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And I'm going to say this because this is a true statement that I'm going to prove to you, that all of these curses that have come upon us, including going into slavery on cargo slave ships, only happened to us. And they're happening to us right now. Every curse that I'm about to read has either already happened or is happening at this very moment. You understand? We're not waiting for any more to occur. They've already occurred. We're in the grip of them right now. You understand? And this is what this Bible is about. The travail or the experience, the travels, the ups and downs of this particular people. You understand? Every book, every apostle, every prophet in this Bible is an Israelite.
That's right.
And I dare you to get any preacher, any pastor you want, bring him here and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that he's not an Israelite. You understand? You got any questions, take it to the desk. You understand? All of the prophets and apostles of the Bible are Israelites. Every last one of them. From Jacob or Israel to Yahushua or Jesus Christ. Every last one of them is an Israelite. That's what I'm saying. You understand? Come and prove me wrong. Now, I didn't say nothing about no pastor. I said prophet. Okay. Okay. Now, read 16. Now here, I'm going to begin to read you the curses, the things that have come before thee, that have come upon thee, that you are suffering this very day. Read.
God, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. I mean, come on. Every one of us know the feeling of being cursed in every city that we live in. We're cursed. You understand? Read on.
God, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
It doesn't matter whether you're in the city or in the country. You're still cursed. You understand? You're looked down upon. You're ostracized as being negative or destructive. You understand? Read on.
God, verse 17. Cursed shalt thou be thy basket and thy store.
I can prove it that Jesus Christ didn't come for everybody, man.
Prove that.
Give me Matthews 15 and 24, man. We're going to prove it to you, man. That's why the brother said, that the Bible said, prove all things, man. And we're going to prove it to you today, man. That Jesus Christ didn't love everybody, man. He didn't come for everybody, man. It's in the Bible, man, but your Christian pastor would never tell you this, man. When we were coming up in the Christian church, we were always taught that God loves everybody. God is all love. God ain't all love, because the Bible says God is a man of war, man. And if you going to war, you ain't loving everybody, man. You're not gonna love everybody, man. Give me Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, man. We're gonna prove it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Skip up, go up to the first, get a verse before that, man.
God, the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 23. But he answered her not a word.
Where you at? Where you at? Go up to 23 or something like that.
23, God. Book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 23. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, God, book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan.
Oh, listen. Listen. A woman of who?
Of Canaan. Came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying,
Cried unto Christ, saying, what?
God, have mercy on me, O Lord.
Have mercy on me, O Lord. I'm listening.
Thou son of David.
Now what?
Thou son of David.
When that you say love everybody, read.
God, my daughter is grievously vexed with a devil.
Her daughter is vexed with a devil, man. Read.
God, verse 23. But he answered her not a word.
But he answered what?
He answered her not a word.
He answered not a word. Come on.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us.
The disciples said, Christ, send her away. So she cried after us, man. The disciples knew that Christ didn't die for everybody, man. And won't sit for everybody. Told her to send her away. You understand? If they loved everybody, why did the disciples say send her away?
Keep on reading.
Read.
God, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house.
Slow down. Slow it down.
Verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Christ said, but I'm not sent unto the what?
Of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. 25. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. Verse 26. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs.
To cast it to who?
To cast it to dogs.
Christ even called her a dog, man.
That's right.
You understand? It's not meat to take the bread, man, from the children of Israel, man. You understand? To cast it into who? Dogs, man. Read.
So who they call
God.
her dog?
Verse 27. And she said,
That heathen a dog.
Was she
man.
black or white?
She was a heathen, man.
She was a heathen.
She was a heathen.
Okay.
Verse 27. And she said, Truth, Lord. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from the master's table.
That's right.
Verse 28. Then Christ answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto even thee as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour.
Christ still blessed her though, man, but it showed you in the Bible, man, that he only came for the 12 lost tribes of Israel, man. The lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Look, we the ones need to be saved, man. We in our oppressor kingdom right now, man. This is the kingdom of heaven of our oppressor, man. They ruling the earth. Who need to be saved, man? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. The ones in hell right now, man.